Welcome back to Are You a Fan, where we explore individual characters from your favorite sci-fi, action, and fantasy genres. A big thank you to MoonBound Productions for supporting today's episode. If you would like to express your support, please like and share the show. Here's your hosts, d-rael and Joker.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Mr. Moon.
Oh, hello there, Dick.
How goes it, Mr. Moon? We got us a new character we're doing today?
Someone I didn't even know existed, and just looking at it gives me the kicks.
Character, quote unquote.
A villain at that. So, just to start, if y'all like this episode, give us a like, maybe give us a share, subscribe to us on YouTube or Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
Wherever you listen to us from.
Yeah. And help support the show, help us grow. Maybe we can hit that 100 follower mark here soon.
Heck yeah.
Okay, so question.
Okay, so question of the week. If you could pick any bad superpower, what would it be? And by bad, I mean the whole concept of like, if you teleport somewhere, only you get to teleport. Your clothes stay behind. Or like to turn invisible, you have to yell at the top of your lungs to get it to work or get it to end. Just like a superpower that, by all technicalities, that's a power, but
it's slightly inconveniencing.
Yes. Or like the whole you can only fly west. You can fly, but only west.
Okay, so all that said, what would your bad power be?
I'm actually going to totally steal one from one of my friends that she came up with. My ability would be to, at the bottom of a chip bag, how it's just crumbs, be able to touch one and completely morph them all together into one solid chip.
I remember her asking you about that power.
Yeah. I think, not a lot applicable situations, but, I'd be a real hoot at parties.
It'd be great at when you're driving, and instead of trying to get the bag, you just...
That would be amazing.
Just, boom, got a whole chip. Or just at parties like, oh, all the chips are broken. Don't worry, baby, I got you.
I got that Midas touch.
Yeah. Bang. You go ahead and you scoop your dip.
Imagine doing the same thing with like broken relationships.
God, you'd be the new Cupid.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, some of those broken relationships need to be broken.
Yeah, true. What about you, Mr. Moon and Joker?
Well, I'll let Joker go first on that one.
I kind of, when I saw on TikTok where you have telekinesis, but every time you use it, you have a quarter of a chance it's gonna fly at you. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely would want that just for the downside. Just for the entertainment factor I could provide forever.
I mean, you definitely learn how to dodge.
Right? And you never truly be bored, because it's the power you can really use whenever.
Mm-hmm. It is truly the second lazy man's power, besides the chip thing.
Yeah.
I feel like the chip thing is the fat man's power.
That's exactly what that one is.
And yours is the lazy man's bad power.
Oh, so it fits.
So let's see what Mr. Moon picks.
This one is just really dumb. You can read people's thoughts, but they yell their thoughts at the top of their lungs instead.
Oh. So it's, oh.
So you're just in the store, you want to read Karen's thoughts, and all of a sudden you're just belting out whatever at the top of her voice.
Oh, that'd be...
Like, God damn it, what do you mean quadroons are 85 cents more this year? It's like, oh, God,
that'd
okay.
be funny as hell.
With
Just
our...
in the middle of a Target.
Our powers combined, we have the most random day ever.
Yeah.
The powers of three combined.
Oh, not bad picks. I'd say all three of our powers are like terrible, pretty impractical, but pretty fun.
Not gonna lie, I'd love to take mine and his and go to the store. Just mess with people.
Fling, duck. Bitch.
Ooh.
Oh, talk to the dog.
Oh my God. You know how much half off stuff I could get, and then as soon as I leave the store, touch it to reform it?
Right.
Yeah. We're gonna Mr. Deeds this.
I could just see you in the store destroying whatever it is that you want.
Right.
I'll take the floor model.
Right.
When did the floor model break? Oh, like 5 minutes ago.
It must have been some kids or something. I don't know. What's with all the questions?
Wasn't Polka-Dot Man, was it?
So I guess we actually probably should get into this short-lived character who has been breathed life into again because of a movie. So Polka-Dot Man, here's all we have on his real-world origins. Polka-Dot Man first appeared in Detective Comics, issue number 300, February 1962. He was created by Bill Finger and artist Sheldon Moldoff. And that's it.
There's nothing else of that.
There's nothing else. We have a few things that we might mention later as far as his real world stuff, because he's made some cameo, non-spoken appearances in some things, but that's kind of it.
I wonder if he was just I'm bored, let's see if we can't make something kind of character.
I feel like he was definitely during that time when they're like past the acid and who has an idea for this week.
We have to capture a new audience. I know. Clowns.
Well, there you got the clown now.
Oh.
Yeah, they got the Prince of Clowns,
Well,
actually.
I guess at least it wasn't Balloon Man. Making killer balloon dogs out of your child.
And I'm pretty sure that's actually a villain too.
I actually now want to. Probably.
I'm almost positive there's actually, and I want to say he's DC too.
I want to say DC has some of the weirdest, but there's a grizzly bear man in Marvel.
Balloon Man.
Is he DC?
Right.
Yep, DC.
Damn, Joker for the win.
A super criminal. Anyways, back to Polka-Dot Man.
We got the time to be able to have a short sidetrack.
FYI, yeah, this character, we're about to probably finish it real quick, so we got time to get a little sidetracked.
It's gonna be a mini-sode.
So,
That's an understatement.
real name is Abner Krill. I think we should all take turns on this one, just because there's not a lot.
He was a small-time criminal that, for no real reason, decided one day to become a costume villain. Wow, what?
Vomiting crimes?
God damn it, Richard.
Committing.
I give you credit. At least the V is next to the C. But see, that's what happens.
That's what you call job.
Actually, edit.
That's what you call job security.
Okay, there you go. That's still not.
Commenting.
There we go.
It was at least close. Once after I read it and I figured out what it was supposed to be.
Okay,
Context clues.
let's go.
All
Kind of
right.
need him with my writing.
We're gonna restart this. So he was a small-time criminal who, for no apparent reason, really decided one day to just become a costumed villain, committing crimes based around polka dots.
And small little, I don't know whether this is a disclaimer or just what. He is technically not wearing polka dots because I found out last night polka dots are a dotted pattern of all the same size. That's something that me and Joker did not know and then have debated on as to considering different size polka dot shirts are also called polka dots because we as a society have given up on Webster Dictionary.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I was like, you got anything to add to that?
We spent, like 40 minutes whining about that?
Yep. And
I can't even say anything else. We were whining.
Yep, and we literally had to look it up to make sure that was a correct statement by the wiki. Like, is it not considered polka dots? And yes, that is apparently, according to the dictionary, it is not considered polka dots if they do not match all in the same size.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, right?
That's kind of what we thought. It made no sense. Like, then why do we always call just the polka dot design polka dots if it's not actually polka dot?
It is what it is.
So Polka-Dot Man, his first suit could have dots that were removable and used as weapons and bizarre modes of transportation.
Yep. So
Is it like Aquaman's invisible car? Or no, not Aquaman, SpongeBob. Who am I thinking of?
Oh, you're thinking Wonder
Barnacle
Woman
Boy.
Plane. Oh.
yeah.
No, but it's kind of like looking at Static Shock where he uses the trash can lids.
Yeah, kind of like
Throw
that.
down
Yeah, but could
a
you
dot
imagine
and he'd
just
fly.
could you just imagine, going out, oh shit, I need to go grocery store. Zip, 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 bloop, car.
That'd be interesting.
And then your nipple's the key.
So that took a really weird turn.
I mean, nobody's gonna. I mean, I imagine you're either not gonna get carjacked or it's gonna become real awkward and real brutal real quick. And that's like, give me your keys. You're gonna have to take them. You just get shot in the kneecap right there. Just boom. Ah!
It's a push to start.
Oh, dang, that's good.
So, using his removable dots as bizarre weapons in transportation, he would kidnap Robin successfully, only to be immediately defeated by Batman.
Yep.
So, was that really a success? I mean,
to kidnap one of Batman's proteges is a success. Just if you immediately get your butt whooped, that's on you.
He must have been distracted with Joker or someone important.
He probably was.
Probably. Or just like coming into the crime scene like polka dots. Really, like this is getting out of hand. This is really getting out of hand. I got this dude running around with clown makeup on. This polka dot dude. Some guy shot relish in my face earlier today. I don't know what that's about. Oh, that might be a fun one to do. Condiment Man.
Oh god, he's got more of a history.
Yeah. Okay, so let's.
At least you could say he has a better selection.
Yeah. Okay, so years later, Krill would attempt to go back to a life of crime after becoming broke. However, could not afford his gadgets. He took up a baseball bat. This would lead him to injure a police officer, and then getting a beatdown from Detective Harvey Bullock, which would lead him to taking up a lawsuit against the police, which led to Bullock having to go to like therapy and stuff. So that was kind of it for that.
Because Bullock finally snapped and started beating him because he was tired of costume freaks in Gotham.
Which, I mean, with Polka-Dot Man, I can't say I wouldn't have done the same. Just been that whole I'm Mr. Polka-Dot, boom, 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 boom. Like I can't, Chief. I can't anymore with these guys.
Oh man. So,
let somebody else take horses.
following his recovery, Krill would become an alcoholic only to ever run into Nightwing. After Krill trashed a villain's bar and would be put through a window and arrested.
Well, so there's these things in Gotham. Actually, almost every iteration of like villains and heroes have these in their cities and that, but villain bars, where it's kind of like a place where all the villains go. They technically are there legally in that because they're not committing crimes there. And it's kind of a place also a lot of them use to vouch for each other. Like, so the cops are like if Batman comes in, it's like, where was this person? It's like, he was here having a beer with us, man. I swear to God. It's like, do you know who you're talking to? You're right. He wasn't with us. Leave my kneecaps alone.
That vouching system worked out real well.
Leave me on the ground, Batman. Please, please, God. But, so that's where that went. Well, take us home, Joker.
Krill would later regain his suit and be given an upgrade to his powers when he started working for General Immortus. This would not last long, though, as he would be immediately betrayed by the human flame and Krill's head would be crushed by a manhole cover landing on it.
How many episodes did this take for this to happen? How many comic books? It was just one series, or was it?
So the first one, I believe, was the Golden Age of Comics, and that his first appearance. After that, I believe him trying to come back and stuff. That was around the Bronze Age of comics when they tried to give him a comeback, and then him dying, that had to be in our now Silver Age. Because that doesn't sound like something that would have just been thrown out there easily back in the day.
No.
Yeah.
That sounds like a more newer version that they were just like, yeah, why don't we just kill this guy?
I feel like that's exactly what it was. Like, somebody would keep reminding him, like, hey, what about Polka-Dot Man? He's still alive. Alright, nope, we're stopping this. We're not going to have to deal with his comics no more.
Which, I guess we're going to kind of go off script here now and just throw out a bunch of stuff about him.
As short-lived as Polka-Dot Man was in the comics, it looks like he's making an appearance in the new Suicide Squad.
Oh,
he did, yes.
Yep, he did. And they took some liberties with his character.
Good or bad?
Okay, no, yeah, you're right. They took the polka dot theme, and that's about it. Like, instead of it being like a high-tech suit with discs that can be pulled off to be used to different effects, which makes no sense, They instead gave him an alien virus that could eat away at anything it touches, which also doesn't make a lot of sense, but in a world where Doom's a thing, it kind of makes more sense.
They did to Polka-Dot Man what Sony did, or was it Sony that did the X-Men movies where they screwed up Deadpool?
Oh, that was Fox.
Okay, Fox. So DC did to Polka-Dot Man, well, Fox did to Deadpool, where they just took what he was and completely altered it.
The only difference here is the fans who possibly even knew about Polka-Dot Man were just like, this is better. This is better. This is
anything's better than the actual Polka-Dot Man.
Yeah, so it was one of those revamps where in the movie revamping it, any of us who have read any comics were just like, we'll allow this. This is actually better than what we had.
We didn't even know it until we looked him up.
Yeah, and
I had heard of him.
We heard of him, but we didn't know his powers were that vastly different.
True. You're right. Until I started doing the research, did not know it, but now looking back at the movie, I'm like, yeah, that was a good call. That was a good call on their part.
Yeah.
so
He also, let's throw a few things he's been in, too. He was in Injustice 2 in the comics as part of a Suicide Squad thing that was going to be led by Jason Todd, to which he immediately has his brains blown out by Jason Todd because Jason Todd considers him useless to the group. So, yeah. He also had a cameo appearance in Batman 66 comic series and it was set in the 1966 Batman TV series.
now looking here, it's also had a non-speaking minor appearance in Batman the Brave and the Bold,
Yep.
Legends of the Dark Might, and Joker the Vile and the Villainous.
Yep. Also appeared in the Lego Batman 3.
Does that surprise anyone at this point?
No, not really.
They got their hands so deep into the pot. They got everyone and anyone.
Well, DC's isn't quite as up there with Marvel's yet, I don't think.
They're getting their way there.
Because there's been a few DC characters we've talked about that weren't in the Lego games yet.
DC's not as prevalent with the Legos in that, but Marvel is like
Every character we've talked about has been in the Marvel Legos.
But speaking of Legos, he appeared as an unlockable playable character in Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham and Lego DC Supervillains. So
I always forget the supervillain one's an actual thing.
same.
yeah, I think I played it maybe once or twice and then just forgot about its existence.
I saw it when it came out, and that was as far as I went.
Yeah.
I also stopped playing the Lego games at a certain point because they're very similar. It was like playing the football games. You basically played it with just a new skin on it.
Yeah.
They were all the same, just had different looks.
Yeah.
Basically.
So personally, I got bored with them after 3 Star Wars games.
All right, so Polka-Dot Man, really short-lived.
Very short-lived. You know what?
With a modern-day resurrection, again, to be shortly lived.
Yeah, no, he, I guess,
Yeah.
Spoilers ahead. Polka-Dot Man, he makes an appearance in the new Suicide Squad movie. And actually, it's I liked his character. In
It was definitely a fun character in the movie.
So you're a fan of his new rendition?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah?
I think that's the only real rendition we knew about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of his new rendition. It's, it actually, I don't know.
I still question, why is he even in the movie?
Yeah, you've been big on asking that question.
Well, I guess we're going to have to watch the movie to find out.
Well, but, except for the one thing in the Injustice 2 comic, which is a whole different universe, he's never been mentioned as even been close to a Suicide Squad ever before. It's like they just were plucking names out of a hat at this point for that movie.
I feel like they really were at one point, and I'm just more shocked he
was on this team that survived.
At the risk of starting a war, I just think DC's struggling for movies.
Well, we know they are. When their competitions was already almost 20 movies deep before they even tried to start their universe.
Yeah. However, I will say the Suicide Squad movie, this newest one, is actually a really solid movie.
I mean, we got a guy that made Guardians of the Galaxy. What do you expect?
Oh yeah, no, he killed it.
Okay, I
And
gotta
it
see if I
definitely-
can't watch it.
It definitely shows that he's the one that directed this one.
Oh yeah, it's actually it's really good.
Okay, so fan.
Hmm.
I don't know if I am. I can't say that I'm a fan of this
At
guy.
this point, is I am a fan of the Suicide Squad version because that's all I know.
I'm a fan of the Suicide Squad version. I find it hilarious that the comic version exists.
Because he is definitely that regrettable supervillain that was created.
Yeah, like I can't say I hate him.
But you can't say you love him.
I would never read his comic.
No.
I would have never gone back to be like, you know what? I need a classic Pokemon or a classic Polka-Dot Man comic. That'll really get my creative juices flowing. And he
is definitely not one of those characters.
definitely made him compelling in the movie though, and I grew to like that version of him. The comics version, but at the same time, that's golden age of comics. A lot of campy, really characters that you're just like, what were you on?
But most of them stayed in that age.
True.
Not a lot of them survived after that if they didn't have like something big to them.
True.
So the fact that he even survived this long is amazing.
Yeah, actually.
Really
So
is.
that's kind of what we got. He was able to also just make buzzsaws, and he also had just like anything a polka dot could do. That's kind of what he was able to do. Even throw the hole in the wall thing from like Looney Tunes, and there's your character. So yeah,
Nope.
I'm indifferent fan wise. I think he's funny. I think he's a funny character.
So, in that respect, enough, you are a fan.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
For anyone that's still listening, if you got something out of this, enjoyed the episode, or even liked the character before from a movie, a comic, cartoon, hell, even that t-shirt that you saw one time, you're a fan too. If you want to jump on this train, why not subscribe and share with a friend? d-rael out. Y'all keep riding them rails.